So regarding like all the past like high story, the history. So the high story of history regarding like the slave trades and sex trades and all that trafficking and the with that man, that shit right there. A lot of people are not even acknowledging the fact that that's how they did trades back in the day. Like marry my daughter, you know, or I want my son to marry your daughter. Like you do agree? That's how they were doing it back then, and so that's how a lot of there was like mixed racial, you know, within the family genes, right? So like, I'm like, well, okay, people are seeing the point. Like, I feel like people have to get certain bits and pieces at a time because it would be too much just to have it all at the table. Because apparently it has been, right? So the one bit of piece is like so extra. Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords showing through. It's like disturbing, emotionally disturbing, mentally disturbing for many. We have the King of Cups and the Five of Wands. That's a whole nother energy there. Damn. But yes, ooh, what's off the table, baby? Let me see. Okay. Off the table. We have, okay, let's see. This is just juicy, but yeah. So many people are doing, they did trades, and then they wanted to take currency. They wanted to take what others had, so they wanted to get into marriage to have what, you know, what can your daughter provide? Like, what can she bring to the table? What can she bring to our family? You know, well, my son does this or that, you know, so they were marrying others, and then like many of them already had wives too at that, right? Excuse me. And then they stay on the table, and that's how there was a lot of drama going on, you know what I'm saying? Because then like some weren't satisfied, right, with their marriage. There was a lot going on within that they still had to work on, you know. Come on now, they from back in the day to now, look at now, like shit, we still be tripping, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, taking into account how more difficult it was then in those times, you know, shit was wild. But yeah, they were marrying and they wanted, and not just for that, like many people, like I was saying, they wanted what your daughter or your sister or whatnot, a granddaughter, niece, or, you know what I'm saying, could bring to the table, to their family's table, right? And at that, it was thought to bring to your table as well, as she is part joining in, right? She is part of that table, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, that wasn't the case for many, and that's where it became disturbing, because then they were like actually enslaving them when they were dissatisfied, right? And they were like disowning them or lying on them, so claiming false claims that are creating things that they will get them in prison, right, or in mental institution.